Now at 7, a day after Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry resigned to focus on his prostate cancer fight, we are taking a closer look at the man who will lead the office, including 400 employees. Joining us now, the interim Marion County Prosecutor, Ryan Mears. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
What will be your priorities as the interim?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we're going to try to do, continue to do, is really try to balance our dual responsibilities here. We definitely believe at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office it's our obligation to try to help people as they come back into the community, and also for individuals who maybe in the past who have made mistakes, what can we do to put those people in a position to be successful moving forward? So we've been very aggressive on the second chance law, which allows people to get expungements for prior criminal convictions. And we've also been very aggressive in getting people their driver's licenses. If you're in Marion County and you need somewhere to, if you need to pick your kids up from school, if you need to go to a job, if you need to go to an interview, chances are you're going to need to drive. And the most important thing for us is getting those people legal and also making sure that they have insurance. So we've tried to be aggressive on those two fronts. But we also want to hold violent criminals accountable, and we want to make sure that we aggressively prosecute people who do harm to other individuals.
Yesterday on this program, the president of the FOP sat in that chair and asked, where is the outrage after 6 people were shot in downtown Indianapolis? 3 juveniles, 3 adults. What do we do about that? From your perspective as the interim prosecutor, what's to be done?
I think there's a number of things that we can do. One of the biggest things that we have done at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is we are getting smarter and using better data to be able to better identify who are the individuals involved in either these nonviolent shootings or these murder cases. And so we feel like using these tools, we're able to better identify the individuals who are perpetrating this violence earlier on so we can stop that cycle of violence. I think it's also we need to be honest about the legislature, and this is an opportunity hopefully for us to take action and to have stricter gun laws here in Marion County. Some of the most difficult conversations we have at the prosecutor's office is with victims' families when they're injured or even sometimes when they lose their life. And one of the constant questions we get from those families is, well, where's the gun charge? Why isn't there a gun charge on this? And oftentimes there's not a gun charge, and there's a lot of room to grow in the legislature. And so one of the things that we want to continue to do is ask for stronger, stiffer penalties. We at the prosecutor's office, we feel like we have a pretty good handle on what's going on in our streets. And the only thing we're asking for is the tools to be successful. And we're telling the legislature, we're telling the community, we need these tools in order for us to be successful moving forward.
Can you be specific as to exactly what you'd want? Because often what we hear from the other side, it's not the gun, it's the person. Or if someone even talks about the idea of talking about any kind of a gun issue, then you want people's guns. So can you put that in perspective as to what would you like to see in January when the legislature returns? One or two things you'd like for them to see to help you as a prosecutor.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is when you take a look at AR-15s, AK-47s, those types of rifles, there is no regulation here in the state of Indiana. If someone wants to walk around Monument Circle with one of those guns, there's literally nothing anybody can do to stop them. There's no permitting requirement, there's no background check on that, and that leads to those guns getting in the hands of the wrong people. Right now, as we sit here, we're prosecuting a case where a 1-year-old was shot and killed with one of those weapons. That person's charged with murder. They're not charged with a gun crime, and I think that exposes a real hole in our legislature.
AirBoss had an impact on this community, serving for more than 8 years, stepping down yesterday to really focus on his health with advanced prostate cancer. What will be his legacy from your perspective?
He definitely restored trust in the prosecutor's office. He took over a really difficult situation, and he made it from day one. His message to every single deputy prosecutor was, do the right thing. Do what you think is right under the circumstances. Ignore any political pressure. Do what you think is best. And that was really a powerful message on down that really gave people the confidence to always do the right thing and act in the interest of justice. And I think that's why we were able to produce some really good results in some really difficult cases.
He's only in the beginning of his 3rd term. The Democratic caucus will meet in about 30 days to determine who will fill out his slot through December of 2022. Will you file a letter of intent? Do you want to be the permanent prosecutor if the precinct committee people pick you?
Absolutely. This is a job that I've had. I've worked as a prosecutor for 12 years. I have quite a bit of trial experience. Last year at this time I was getting ready for a triple murder case, so I've seen the office at all different types of levels. And so I'd love to continue to serve out Prosecutor Curry's term and continue his legacy here in Marion County.
I would imagine that others believe that they should also maybe have a shot shot at the job, but what makes you the best candidate to fill that role?
Well, I think it is that level of experience. I think it's important that the prosecutor actually be inside a courtroom. I think it's important that the prosecutor actually try these cases. You're faced with a lot of difficult decisions when you're the Marion County prosecutor. Who do we charge with murder? What types of plea offers should we potentially offer in these cases? And if you don't have that foundation of being in a courtroom, it's difficult to make those decisions. And so I think having served as a deputy prosecutor literally at every different stage of the office, prosecuting everything from misdemeanor cases all the way up to murder cases, that experience puts me in a position to hopefully exercise good judgment for the people of Marion County.
Ryan Mears is the interim Marion County prosecutor. Sir, thank you so much to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.